Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. I'm Paige. This is Seeking Alexandria. We have part 2 of the Kylie Cosmetics set. We have the nice palette to play around with today. I have swatched it. And in regards to my hair, I put it up last night in a clip and I haven't taken it out since, so I'm kind of like leaving it there until everything is done because I'm like afraid of the repercussions of taking it down. So in case you're wondering, like, Paige, what's wrong with your life? I can't answer that. Like, I haven't put dry shampoo, I haven't put anything in it. So if you're like, girl, it looks nasty, I'm well aware. We don't even need to talk about it. We will, however, talk about this highlight that is on my face. You guys, I played around a little bit with the wet set from the Holiday Collection today. I told you guys that I would use this today and I forgot, but I literally snatched it up just in time to do my highlight. And I did want to swatch this for you guys super quick. It's ridiculous. Like, the feeling, the texture, everything about this is so good. Like, you can try to hate all you want, but like the level of creamy beautifulness, I'll give you guys an up close on that when we do these swatches, but it is so beautiful. It goes on like a dream. You can pat it, you can use a brush, totally your call, however you want to apply it, and it's just, oh, it is stunning. I mixed the, I should probably tell you what I used. I mixed the lighter two colors, which is Sugar Coated and Frostbite, which are these two guys right here. And in doing so, what I really liked is that the one has, again, more of like a pinky iridescence, and the other one just has like a white, like frosty kind of iridescence. I could have mixed them differently. I wanted to see how iridescent they looked on the skin. That's something that I feel like there are highlights that you look at them in the pan or you swatch them and you're like, oh, that's pretty, and then you like apply them and they look totally different. So for me, normally I wouldn't be gravitated toward that kind of a highlight, but I was like, girl, we have to know. And it actually applied absolutely stunning, and it does such a nice job at like lifting the cheekbones, which is what you're going for. So all of that to be said, it's gorgeous. Now let's go ahead, let's zoom in, let's go through these swatches real quick, and then let's put them on my eyeballs, which are primed and prepped and ready for some shadow, because girl, we love shadow around here. So let's do it, you guys. Ooh, the nice palette is coming to play. Look at these colors. Ooh, child. Okay, let's do this. First up, we have the shade Jack Frost, which is a little bit more of a white reflect. Then we go down to Gumdrop, Holly, Ginger Snap, Blizzard, which is freaking stunning, Miracle, which is just like a matte light pink kind of color, Wonderland. Jump down to the second row, we have the shade Lullaby, Mulberry, Slay, Santa Baby, Macaroon, Hot Cider, and Drummer Boy. And that is the entire nice palette. And again, seeing how you're already this close, for the wet set, which, oh my god, like, look at how beautiful that is. I can't stand it. First up, we have Gingerbread, Sweet Dream, Frostbite, and Sugar Coated. Ooh, hoo, hoo. I do kind of feel like these ones show up better back here. The only one that I can't like use as a highlight is this guy right here. He's way too bronzy, but I might be able to like mix him and one of these guys down here. I don't know. I'm excited to play around with it. I love the texture on these. They are so stinking smooth. The one thing I will caution you on is that if you're someone that is prone to or has a lot of facial texture, you will get like some form of it on these. Just they have like that kind of wet viscosity to them. It's the wet set. That it just kind of like sits on and then like around your like bumpy textury face. I don't know. It does mine. I don't care. I've told you guys this before. I don't care if there's texture or if it emphasizes texture, because if I like a highlight, I'm still going to wear it. You know, it's just that kind of thing don't matter to me. If you got texture, you got texture. That's the world. That'd be like saying I'm not going to wear the shirt that I like because I have a belly. Okay, well, that's funny because that's not going to happen. Now with this palette, you guys, I'm not gonna lie, I was not as like inspired or in love with this palette as I was with the Naughty palette. I do like a lot of aspects of this palette, like just me looking at it. I really love that they kept it all in like this, I don't want to say pink tone, but like a red kind of tone. Like everything other than like these couple golds in here, they all have like a nice coral, orangey, reddy, like that part of the spectrum shift to it, which I really think is beautiful. And then they did incorporate like other things with different like golden shifts, a little more orange, and you know, things of that nature that you can kind of play with a little bit. But I do like the hue spectrum on this palette. I think that it's beautiful, and I think it's a really unique spin on how do I want to say this? I think it's a really unique spin on having like a monotone but not monotone palette. You know what I mean? Like something that's all in the same rough family, but everything is so individual at the same time that it's just beautiful. I really do like this palette. I think it's beautiful. A lot of these colors remind me of what I think the subculture would have been. There's like a gold in here. There's this coral color. Like there's a couple in here that I was like, ooh, I'm getting subculture vibes. Ooh, I'm getting subculture vibes, you know? Like I said before, I'm very busy. I already did prime and prep my eyes, mainly because I wanted to keep it consistent. Put down a clean, the same base for both days, because obviously we know we test in these at the same time to see if we like them. So, what do I want to do today? Oh, well, if that isn't always the question. I think we're going to start with this coral guy down here, build him into the crease. Maybe, actually I lied. We're going to start with the brown above that, then go to the coral, and then we're going to just kind of see where the wind takes us. That blended out so good. Okay, and that was the shade Santa Baby. Oh, I love it. Now we're gonna go into the shade Macaroon. I feel like these two shades actually have a little bit less kick and pan. You guys, I hate this. Okay, side note. Like, okay, my brows, when they're relaxed, they're totally fine, right? Like, okay, well, today they're a little bit excited, but that's whatever. I hate that when I lift my brow, do you see how I get like a wrinkle in it that makes it look so ridiculous right there? Like, lay it flat, it's a flat line. Well, pretty much flat. But like, when I go like this, how there's like a wrinkle, I can't stand that. Because it catches my attention and I always think that my brows are screwed up, but they're not. It's just like my ridiculous wrinkly face, which is fine. I don't mind having a wrinkly face. It just annoys me because I think my brows are off. My brows, well, they're off, but they're not off in that way. I love those two colors. Oh my gosh, those are gorgeous. Now, this is where it gets fun because I really want to play with this red right here, and I also really love like this reflective-y kind of pink color. I love it. You know what I just realized? I'm pretty sure that's the color that like everyone loved. Again, I didn't watch anything on it, but I remember people being like, oh my god, this one color looks like blue, but it's pink, and it was like this huge thing. Well, crap. Do I care though? Like, do I actually have to care? No, I don't. Now, normally this is going to be a little bit backwards, but I think what I want to do is I want to apply this like shimmery pink right here. Shh, I'm very busy. I want to apply that all over the lid, like the entire lid space down here. And then on the very outside, I want to go in with that red and just like smoke. And I haven't just, because I can't decide if I want to do like a window eye or if I want to do that. So, ooh, I think I could like this. I wanted to try something a little bit different for this palette and not do like the same exact look with both palettes because, hello, lame. And I already am a relatively lame person, so no need to further that. Okay, I was gonna use that brush. All right, and I just have a nice wet flat brush here, and we're just gonna go in with that shade Blizzard, and we are gonna start putting her all over the lid and just seeing what we think. Okay, not excited. Hold on. I did spray this, right? Like, maybe we got some kind of like a weird conspiracy going on here. Hold on. Okay, this is just not happening for me. Alright, so like, I'm not living for it. I had to build that up a lot. And I did try going in, doing a little bit of like this action and really like pressing it on. Okay, very quiet. You're not being very quiet today, phone. And that was the weather telling me like, hey, it's still crap outside. Well, thank you for the update. Anyways, I don't know, for some reason this shadow did just like, it didn't manipulate very well. Again, I tried it on a wet brush. I actually wet my finger and tried it that way as well. And there's still a decent amount of fallout even with a wet brush. So, and to me that's like that's supposed to be the perk, you know what I mean? Like, if you wet your brush and you go through all that, you're supposed to not have a ton of fallout, and I had some anyways. But that is okay. We will move on. All right, I want to use this tiny little, it's an IT Cosmetics brush. I don't know what it is because it wore off, but that is the profile. It's a little bit thinner. I think I used this one yesterday and it's flatter like that. It's kind of like a fluffy, flatter brush. And there's no product on it. I'm just going to go in here real quick and kind of blend that purple into that crease a little bit. And then we're going to add the red. All right, now let's go into the shade Wonderland, which is that red shade, and we're just gonna kind of pop it right out here. I want to keep it as outer as possible for right now. That red looks 10 times better than the shimmery shade does. Oy. Oy. All right, let's go ahead and do the red on the other side, and then we're just gonna cover up that other crap. All right, so we're gonna stop right there with that part. I am gonna go in with the shade Jack Frost. It's like this really pretty iridescence. I just wanna try popping it over top of that real lightly with my finger and kind of seeing, do I like that anymore? Not exactly. Okay. I didn't really want to like 100% commit to it. I am going to go ahead though and spray my brush and pack that on and see if I like it anymore. Because girl, this is not working out for me, which really sucks because I friggin' love, like I love the concept. I love the color combo, and it swatched so much more beautiful than it applied to the eye. Like, it's swatched creamy and amazing, and it just goes to show you swatches are not everything, because that one I seriously thought would have performed so much better. All right, so let's go ahead. Let's spray this clean little brushy. And we're going to go in with the shade Jack Frost while it's wet and try to fix this eyeball. Okay, so that's interesting. It actually goes on more golden when it's wet. And what I'm doing is I'm putting down a wet base with this brush, and then I'm going in over top of that with my finger and pressing in the next layer. Alright, so that shade, once you work with it, it is pretty, but it's not true to pan. Like, it looks a lot, like, look at my finger. It looks gold, right? But it's actually like a white color, and look, I don't know what happened there. Maybe it mixed with the red. I don't know what happened, but I'm just going to go in with that same brush that I applied the red with, no extra color, and I'm just going to blend in those two together, blend in those two. Alright, now kind of like what I did yesterday, I do want to run to the lower lash line. I just want to go in, okay, why do I have to drop everything? I don't know. I think for today though, I want to do a little bit different. I want to run the, okay, hit myself in the face. I want to run this coral right here on my lower lash line. I really want to keep it light, so I'm going to go in with the shade, wait, I'm sorry, I'm going in with this shade. It's the shade Holly, my bad. I'm just going to run that right here. Okay guys, so this is where we are at right now. Let me go ahead, pop on the liner and, you know, mascara, all that good stuff, and I will be right back. Okay guys, so it was just brought to my attention that I need to leave. I was going by the wrong clock, and I have got to leave like right now, or I'm going to be late for a doctor's appointment. So I'm going to stop back on tonight. We're going to go over the swatches, everything else. If you're curious about what's on my lips, this is the shade Goals. It is one of the Velvet Lippies from the collection. So we will swatch all of those when I get back tonight, go over the rest of it, go over what I think about this palette, and we will kind of go from there. But and I don't know what's going on here. Like, I don't know. I'll figure it out in the car, hopefully, because yikes, but I'll be back. Alright, you guys, it is officially the end of the day, and can I just say, like, part of me kind of enjoys this. Like, I wouldn't want to do it for every video, but like this whole, like, let's sit down at the end of the day and, like, let's wrap up my final thoughts. I kind of like this sometimes. Especially, like, this morning I was so scatterbrained, and I feel like throughout the day, all I have done is thought about what I was going to say when I sat down tonight. So it kind of was good to, like, let me rearrange my thoughts. So the first thing I'm going to talk about is this morning. I was like, I couldn't decide if I was going to choke or not just then. But the first thing I want to talk about is this palette that I was working with this morning. You guys know I was playing with a nice palette, and I was so, like, I was frustrated while I was working with it, and then as I thought about this palette throughout the day, I continued to just be frustrated, and I don't know what it was about it. Well, I don't want to say I don't know, but like, it's such a hit or miss for me, especially coming off of the Naughty palette, which I will show you a side-by-side here in a second, but I loved the Naughty palette so much. I loved the colors. I loved just everything about it. And this one, initially, like, my eye immediately gravitates toward all of these amazing matte crease colors and just pops of color, and I love them. And then for some reason, all the colors I tried to work with today were so underwhelming. My eyes, I tried to go in with this Jack Frost shade. It's supposed to be like a white shade, or so I thought. It looked white in pan. It turns out it's like a yellow iridescence, and I was like, oh, okay. that's not exactly what I wanted. I tried to go in with the shade Blizzard and it looked beautiful in swatch. I tried to apply it to my lid. Did not look nearly that beautiful. Even in swatch on my hand, they still look kind of beautiful. And for some reason, going to the lid today, it was just not happening. And I was so freaking frustrated. And what frustrated me the most is that I specifically chose those shades because they were like the more unique ones in the palette. And then I feel like I picked the unique shades and they went to garbage. Because I know like there are other shades in here that would have been absolutely stunning. But I wanted to go a different route. I wanted to choose something that was a little bit more like, a little more, I don't know what it's supposed to mean, but something that had a little more voom to it, and they left me just so flat. What I will say though is that there are several crease colors in here that are, there's some matte shades. This guy, these two over here, these two up top are so good. This like coral and then this mustardy yellow. These two down here, beautiful crease colors. And again, even this guy up here as an all over lid shade, if you have like a pinky undertone complexion that would work with, beautiful crease colors. This red on the very end did build up very nicely into my outer V. I'm not pissed off about that one as much, but mainly like I felt like the shimmers, the two especially that I worked with in this palette, were more disappointing than I wanted. So, and just like the overall color arrangement in this palette just didn't do it for me. So if I had to choose one, I would definitely choose the Naughty palette. Now, I do want to give you guys a side-by-side. I realized I didn't show you guys what these looked like at all, because I suck apparently. So these are them, these are the palettes side by side. I think that like doing it like this is probably the best representation to really show you what I was so drawn to in this Naughty palette down here. Even with these two gray tones, that I do not like gray tones. I've told you guys this 1,000 times. I do not wear gray on my eyes. It makes me look like I just crawled out of like fire ashes. That's what it makes me look like. It looks atrocious. But I love all the other tones in this palette so much. I love these bright oranges and just all these other tones. And for some reason, I am, for as much as I love this Naughty palette, I am not attracted to this Nice palette. I think, again, it has beautiful, blendable, amazing transition shades, crease colors, stuff like that. And even like this orange up here, beautiful for a transition shade. But then I look down here and I'm like, wait a second. There's a very similar shade, but brighter down here. And then I'm like, oh, but what about this one? Oh, well, it's down here, but like a little bit better, a little brighter, a little more something to it down here. And I feel like that was the overall theme between the two palettes. Like the Nice palette really was like the nice, more demure, calmed down palette. And then when you got to the Naughty palette, it was like, damn girl, you're gonna have fun tonight. You know what I mean? Like it had that kind of a juxtaposition to it that I really loved in this palette versus this guy. So if I had to choose one, I would definitely go the Naughty palette. I don't think that the Nice palette is bad. I just think that for my personal aesthetic, it didn't work so much. Now, if you're someone that's not into the like the crazy fun side of life so much, and these colors don't speak to you on like an aesthetic level, which I totally get, because there is a lot of crazy, there's a lot of dark green and red and stuff going on in this palette that it's not for everybody, but it is for some people, and I think it is just ridiculously beautiful. And again, not that this isn't good, it's just so like, it's almost more pastel-y to me, and I don't know, there's just something about it. You ever had something that just like rubs you the wrong way? It's rubbing me the wrong way. Again, not bad, the quality was okay, the shimmer shadows I used though, I was just frustrated when I left. And when you finish your eye look, if you are frustrated, there's a problem, and you need to delve into that and figure out why there's a problem, because that's what happened to me today, and I did not like it. Alright, so next up, I went ahead and I swatched the Spice collection here. Again, yesterday I swatched the Sugar collection, so Sugar Spice. This one is today. This one has two glosses, only one velvet lip, and two matte liquid lipsticks in there, which again, they are swatched on my hand here. Let me go ahead and tell you them from top to bottom. First guy on top there, we have Holly Berry. Then we have a metallic red gloss in the shade Juniper, which is absolutely breathtaking, by the way. Look at that, even in the bottle. Oh my god. Then underneath of that right here, we have the shade Cinnamon, which is also in a gloss. God, those are gorgeous. I'm obsessed with their glosses. Obsessed. Then right here, we have a matte liquid lipstick in the shade Clove. Is it Clove or Clover? Clove. Like, I'm already forgetting. And then last down here, we have the shade Goals, which is the only velvet in the set. Again, this I believe is the one I was wearing this morning. I already forgot. But I was okay with this. For some reason, this velvet lipstick to me felt so much drier than the other ones that I've tried. It might have just been me though. I was gonna swatch, like lip swatch some of these for you guys, but my lips for some reason today were like ridiculously chapped. Like they physically hurt, and I was like, nope, not doing that. So that is the entire spice kit right here. And then over on the side, that is the red velvet kit that was also in her release. You have the lip liner as well as a velvet liquid lipstick, thank God, because if this red was in a matte, I would just be like, "Phew, no thank you, I'm not doing it." I think, again, to kind of conclude my thoughts on her lips, I love the glosses. They are comfortable, they look beautiful, they have high shine. This has been sitting here for probably 15-ish minutes already, and her glosses just have an amazing amount of shine, but again, they are ColourPop glosses. ColourPop is like the main formula that you will see here. I think that her, like, and you can even kind of see it, right? Like, this bottom one is supposed to be a velvet lip. And tell me that that velvet lip right here does not look like the other matte liquid lipsticks. The one right above it is a matte liquid lipstick. Like, it looks like a matte. Oh, God. It was so dry and uncomfortable on my lips today. I actually thought, like, was this a matte? And I double checked. It was that kind of, it was so weird to me. Anyways, their formula, glosses, great. Velvet liquid lipsticks, usually very good, comfortable, wearable, not transfer proof, but very nice. Their matte liquid lipsticks to me, as well as ColourPop's, are very dry, very crackly. They dry down on my lips. I just do not care for them. I know that you can put down a lip prep, which I did, spoiler alert. I grabbed one from ColourPop. They have what they call like a lip primer, and you can put that down, I guess, over the matte liquid lipsticks to make them a little more comfortable. I haven't tried it yet, but I will be, because if that's the case, I have a ton of these from Kylie Cosmetics that I would love to try with that lip prep primer, whatever the hell it is. But I mean, whew, you guys, they're just, oh, they're so stunning. Her stuff is so beautiful. I will say, like, to kind of finalize my thoughts on this, Kylie Cosmetics is such a controversial brand. Every time I do a video on anything Kylie related, I get so many people that either they hate her, they hate the brand, they don't understand why people would choose to support her. And one thing that I always tell you guys is that, as far as, you know, what products I buy, who I endorse, that kind of thing, I don't ever look at and endorse or try products just from someone that I either support or I don't. I try to keep it more about the makeup, about the, you know, the palette, the quality, the did I like it, did I not, what shades was I happy with, which one did I prefer, and I try my best to keep it about the makeup, because it is so easy to let, like, people and who they are and you know, arguments that they've gotten into and whatnot, it's easy to let that cloud your judgment, just like with Jeffree Star. You know, people have said it, I've had a lot of people tell me that they really appreciate that when I review his products, I review his products, not him as a person, not something that someone said he said when he was doing something and he said that, you know, I stay out of all that as much as possible, and I try to keep it just to the products, because I feel like that's what's important, and that again, to me, that's why I'm here. I'm not here to review or talk about, you know, anything else unless I want to, but it's, you know, it's neither here nor there in this kind of case. I'm not going to suck up to somebody and be like, oh my God, you're such an angel. Like, you can think whatever you want about her. I don't really care. I'm here for this and for this and for everything else. I am super excited to try out the concealers from them, or the concealer. I bought one. I'm not rich. I didn't get a huge thing in PR, like, sorry. But I am super excited to try those out. I have got the one color. I grabbed the lightest because 99% of the time I'm the lightest shade. So I'm going to try that out. I will definitely let you guys know how that goes, probably in an upcoming video, because I plan to get it out. I plan to get it out. Like, keep repeating that to yourself, Paige. You guys, this, by the way, this episode is the last of the Double Trouble series, so I hope that you liked it. I believe that this rounds out 8 episodes, so just over a week of you guys dealing with this kind of thing. Be sure to leave down in the comments, did you like it, did you not? I tried to always make sure my reviews stayed the same, everything stayed pretty cohesive, but I just wanted to bring you guys something a little bit more flavorful, a little more concentrated on these certain brands and releases and things that were going on, and just kind of really just throw it all at you, because I love doing that. So again, leave down there if there's anything else you guys are curious about. Always leave that down in the comments. And I just got gloss all over myself. Well, isn't that cute? All right, you guys, I am gonna get going. My makeup, if you're like looking at my face makeup, my foundation has literally been on for like probably 15 hours or more today. Like, I look so bad. Like, I should realistically be talking to you from the driveway. That's how bad this looks. Don't forget to check the description box, you guys, for all my social media handle business, because that's where all the fun stuff happens. I hope you enjoyed this video. Again, be sure to comment, like, subscribe, thumbs up, all that good stuff. And I have an itch. Like, I can tell that this is ready to come off because my face is itching so bad, like all around my nose. You guys have a great day, night, weekend, whatever it is when you're watching this, and I will see you in the next one. Goodbye. That's the end of the Double Trouble series, and we ended it on a very naughty, nice note. Literally could not have been cornier if I tried, but that's all right. It doesn't matter. It can't matter, right? Do we care if I'm corny? Probably not. Girl, if you don't get this makeup off your face, it's gonna never come off. You're gonna be stuck with it for the rest of your life. Bye, guys.